It's me again. Hi, me back at it again with the lighting. Woo! And also, here's my outfit today. It's butterflies and stars and suns and stuff. Very much me. I have been trying to do a script for videos, but then I realized that I don't really work well at scripts. So I'm just gonna try to see if I can do this just off the top of my head, like just everything that has been going on, because so much has been going on. This is why I need to keep video diaries. This is why I feel such a compulsion and such a need to record and like talk about my thoughts and stuff, because my life seems to live on like 4 times speed in a really fun way, but also I can't keep track. To continue on with the story of what has been going on before I get into everything else, because oh yeah, there's so much more. Like, the more becomes more. There's the main synopsis I want to get with everything that I learned in the month of October. It was spooky for the different reasons. One of those reasons being that I went back out there into LA, went into the art scene of LA again, trying to put my art back into galleries and do the whole thing that I used to do before. I didn't have a good time. I'll say that. I didn't have a good time because I just felt very alone, and I kept going back into Instagram and trying to find different art venues and things like that, and I just realized that this just wasn't my scene again. Like, I've realized this before continuously over and over again. I'm not the kind of person who meets people and just wants to market and just wants to like network and stuff, because that's the thing. I was like, okay, hypothetically, I could be that person. I could amp up the vocal fry and fit in with the rest of LA if I really wanted to. But I've never really felt at home in those kinds of environments. So why would I continuously try to put myself into that when I just know I don't? So yeah, with this journey of quitting school and all of that, I was thinking, like, I love art so much and I want my whole world to be filled with art. I want to be consumed. Like, everything about me already is. Like, I already experienced the world. I have intense synesthesia, and it keeps getting more intense somehow. Like, the more I become comfortable in myself, the more it's like... And it'd be really fun to talk about that sometime, because I really thought I was just alone in this experience for so long, but now I see that I'm very much not. It's the whole reason why I want to have this platform, is to have other people who feel very alone in these kinds of experiences not feel so alone. And to realize that being yourself really is the answer. It's something I've learned in my short little lifespan. Oops. My energy is so intense right now that I did drop the phone. But I had a really good day today. I faced challenges and I solved them pretty awesomely. And I'm just having this kind of crazy, like, what is my life kind of moment. Like, I just believe in myself so much now. I'm really saying that even though a lot of time I feel like I don't belong in this world, I very much do. I'm seeing how my voice is important. So all this like authenticity, be yourself, blah blah, like, where did this all come from? You might be wondering. How did I go from reevaluating my life and having that kind of spiritual awakening kind of feeling, to quitting my job, to doing stuff in LA and trying to work that out and realizing I don't want that to be my life, to going back to work, going back to school, and now we're here. Something about being just an artist for me, just an artist, as if that could ever happen for me, but something about just focusing mainly on the art instead of socializing and going to school and like taking care of myself like I expected to. I noticed that I was really missing school. I was really missing the social interactions I had at work, and I was getting more and more agoraphobic and unable to communicate. The ironic part about isolation is that the more you're isolated, the more that you don't know how to not be isolated. It's just like you're just separated into this other realm. My thoughts. I don't know how to make my point right now, actually. The point is, work out those social skill muscles, because if you don't, they will be gone. And when they're gone, people get a little bit scary. If there's a song that I could give to someone who can like best understand me through that song, I think it's People Are Strange. When you're strange. As unfortunate as it is to admit sometimes, I do like being around people. That's hard sometimes when you are super. A really big thing that I missed about the job that I had and going to school and all of that was the people. Not feeling strange in that environment, actually feeling like I was part of a team that really valued my perspective and who I am. And also, not only that, but also where it felt equal level, where I finally felt like I was around people who really match the way that I see the world. And my coworkers, I love them so much. Like, it feels like all the work that I've been putting into other places in my life are finally being met with the same kind of input that I've been giving out, where I've gone to jobs where I've worked really hard and I've shown up as the person that I thought that they wanted to have. But now I'm seeing like I'm showing up as myself, which is what I did today. Like, I was like, okay, here's a rule. Get better at not masking. Like, stop with the whole like high pitch, hi, how are you? Do. You know the meme. Da. Yeah, I did that. And you would do it too for a check. But really, like, that is super exhausting, all of that. And if I feel like I need to take a break, I have the right to ask for accommodations now. Like, I can do that. And so I've been just exercising my free will more as a person, being myself more, not trying to force eye contact, still being helpful, still being present and all of that, but being honest. And today I shared the fact that I was on the spectrum, and I don't regret it. I feel so empowered. I feel so seen and understood. That's how I got here, is I realized that I didn't fail as an artist by trying to venture out and trying to profit off my art as a sole income, because now I'm doing so much more art that resonates with me. Now I'm so much more inspired, and now I can communicate my thoughts a lot better, not just to others but to myself. And I'm on a path that I'm really happy to be on, even when days are hard, even when it's super chaotic, even when I question if all of this is worth it, because we are in very trying times as a society. Things can be very disheartening when, on top of all of that, you don't have accommodations. And, well, guess what? Now I do have accommodations! Ayo! That is a really big achievement. There's so many big achievements that have been happening in the past couple of weeks. Not only that, I found a major point of representation in a show that I did not expect to find nor like. And it all just adds to this feeling of the whole like reason why I want to create the project that I have, the whole like concept EP, the concept triple EP album, like person, alter ego, musical stuff situation, is all because I really just want to emphasize how we're not alone in this. And I really believe that the reality I want to make can just become. I don't say just become as in I'm just gonna like have it happen, but I believe in a better life for us and for everyone. And I want to show that not just believing, but taking that action and doing it wholeheartedly with full optimism, with full all of it, can really take you somewhere, can really take you places. I know I sound very like stereotypical motivational, but there's so many of that on YouTube. There's so much like manifest this and do that, and if you follow this course online, then like pay me a bunch of money and like I'll give you all the secrets. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to show the other side of it, where it's like I'm showing my thought process. I'm showing when I am more successful in all the things that I want to do, because already like the place that I'm at, I would have not believed it if I was 16. Like if I told myself, my 16-year-old self, who was feeling very scared and isolated and alone and on everything, if I told her what was about to happen, like all the things that she was going to get, mind blown. It's really hard sometimes to, like, as I said, like when you live in the success that you wanted so badly, and then you start seeing it in your everyday life, and it's like the opposite of derealization. It's like fully like, whoa, I'm in this moment. I love who I am. I love the people I'm surrounded by. And so having these video entries would be a really good way also for me to enjoy the process, to really see that I worked super hard to get to where I'm at, and I don't want to negate that. I don't want to hide that. I don't want to make that seem like it's not true, when it very, like, I am such a fighter. And for all those people that have felt like they've been fighting over and over, and that it's just a never-ending cycle of pain and darkness, I want to show that it's not. It's really not. Like, it does get better. And even though there's trying times, the trying times are better than the trying times that were before. And the trying times are things that I look forward to. I look forward to solving certain problems in my life now. Like, oh, there's like 5 songs stuck in my head. Like, how am I going to get that out? How am I going to manifest that musically, the things that I create? And that's a really fun problem to have compared to what I was having to like so long ago, where I was like, I don't want to exist in this world. Now I'm like, I have a job I love. I can drive. I did not believe I could drive. Look at me now. Hey, what's up? I'm pulling up. I'm like, hey, get in, loser. We're going shopping. I find the fashion that I love at thrift stores. This is all thrifted. Yeah, I search for it. I made this quote up when I was jotting down different things that I wanted to write about or to talk about. One of those things was this is such a hipster quote, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I have to get out the special book. Oh, by the way, want to see a little tour of my drawing that I made today? I love it. Yeah, I just want to get better at just like sharing my art and stuff, so get exposed, loser. Life is one big thrift store. Sometimes you find hidden gems, sometimes they find you, and sometimes you get fleas. It's up to you to decide what's a gem and what gem is worth dealing with what fleas. Poet of the year over here, everybody. But for real, that's how I feel about my life. And the way I came to this conclusion is that I was really excited for this self-defense class that I was going to take in school, and it was canceled. And I got up early. I was like so prepared and everything, and I show up and then they're like, yeah, it's not happening. Womp womp. Like, all right, well, I'm already here, so like might as well go to the library. Love libraries. Then I found a book about criminology. If I was, as a stereotypical like philosophy major, if I was to go to law school, what am I getting myself into? Like, I just wanted to know. So then I found this really interesting criminology book. And interestingly, it had the philosophy of crime, which was a really fun thing to read about. But this one big thing that the book started off with that I thought was really important to share: theory without practice is just as sterile as practice without theory. And that's from the author Vernon Fox. The reason why I share that is because this is why I'm talking to you today. This is why we're here. This is why you're listening to my voice, is that it's all theory. It's all theory until it's proven. All the feelings, all the things that we figure out in life. If someone younger can see me do these video diaries and see the place that I get to from consistently showing up, from sharing my journey, from all of that, then that in itself is putting the theory to practice. That in itself is showing that life is this beautiful thing if you want to make it a beautiful thing, regardless of your circumstances. Because I'm not saying, oh, I'm not like the pristine of top class here. My life is good, but like, obviously, we're all up in flames over here. But I'm figuring it out. And I'm making the most of it. And I love it. I love it so much. Every tear, every sad song, because I've been going through the emotions. This has been past week of my luteal phase. I survived that. And I appreciate it for what it is now. I appreciate all the sensitivities and the way that I experience the world. I've been just feeling so in tune with emotions and blah blah blah. And interestingly, after that, and the funny part about all of that is that after going to the library, I was driving home and I was like, oh, on the way to my place is the car wash that I want to go to. Right as I'm driving to the car wash, rain starts pouring and I'm like, okay, do I go to the car wash? Do I not? But then I was like, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Then I popped on Gorillas because obviously I love Gorillas. And Gorillas in the rain, immaculate. I'm listening to Gorillas and I'm really thinking, I'm like, this is so beautiful. And I'm like, wait a minute. If I went to that class, if I left on time after that class, I would have gone to the car wash, then I would have gone out, and it would have rained. So life works out. Things, you go to the struggle, you get problems arise and stuff, but maybe I'm just so far into like my brain and stuff, so far into believing in myself and in reality and life, whatever, that I just kind of feel like everything works out in the end. And I convince myself, no matter what, that it does. Or what, as the kids call delulu. But for real, I mean, think about it. If I would have just left earlier. Oh, a really big thing too, the reason why I didn't leave anytime earlier is because I lost my water bottle. My precious water bottle. Look at it's space. I mean, it's beautiful. It's a gift. And I love it. And so I accidentally left in the library. And I got a newfound appreciation for the water bottle because I don't lose it usually because I'm so, like, look at it. Look at it. How can you not appreciate this precious thing? All of that. Then I get into my car and then I go to the car wash and all of that stuff. But it's like, if you think, like, it's just weird how all these different events happened and still ended with me just really happy for the life that I was living, for the experience of rain and gorillas and being able to drive when I so strongly feared it. It's all the small pleasures in life, being able to go home and enjoy a really nice meal from somebody who made it, from somebody who loves me. I wish you well, space cadets. Venture into places you don't think you can. You're a lot more stronger than you give yourself credit for. And listen to Spanish Caravan by the Doors because it is a really good song. See you in the next one.